And good evening, everybody, and welcome to all our viewers on SpeedGaming Prime. Welcome to day 2 of the bracket stage here in the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2024 Winter Tournament. Game 2, Mocco71 versus 8gen Moonrisen Phoenix here with the commentary. And joining me in the booth tonight, it's time for Math on Stream, everybody. Welcome in, Alsoa.
Hello, everyone, and I'd like to give a quick thank you to Deus Ex Machina, aka SpeedGaming, for doing the tracking for us tonight.
Special thanks to Smile Fires for getting us all ready for the restream. It's great to be here. Excited for this match. Oh, goodness. Mocco won game 1 last night. And also, feel free to tell us how he did it as we start near death almost with the recorder.
Well, here's the thing. The recorder was the deciding factor yesterday, with the recorder being a little bit more blocking than the ladder was when 8gen and Mocco found the recorder and ladder at the same time. However, today that's not going to be an issue because they started with it.
Death Armos is not where the item is tonight. Unfortunately, that's just a door repair, but with no rupees in hand, neither of our runners care.
In fact, if anything, you want to find them now and don't have rupees. No. Bomb drop for 8gen. No bomb drop for Mocco. So neither runner's going to get an early free bomb.
8gen getting his count ready as boat runners find a gambling game at the Vanilla Western Potion Shop.
8gen's going to head over towards Vanilla Start. Mocco's going to follow closely behind. These blue moblins you want to kill. There we go. 8gen gets bomb pack.
-1 HP on blue moblins. Nobody's complaining. Level 6 found in the river.
This looks like a first quest 6, and you can pirouette that door open.
Yeah, that really does look like 1Q6. So 1Q front half.
And without seeing any Stalfos or ropes yet, we're not going to get a good sense of back half. Now, if I'm 8gen, I'm actually considering going ahead and popping open that door after I get done with these near start checks.
You pop that open with a screen scroll, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Going to see an early letter pickup from both runners. Now, 8gen does have some bombs to clear this out, which is not insignificant.
Yeah, going to be able to fully clear this short of the candle checks. Mocco's still trying, he gets it.
So now both runners with that bomb back. 8gen will be our first runner to check a bomb spot, and it's going to be... Well, that's a white sword item.
It's a white sword item, but it's not exactly what our runners want to see right now. White sword, heart container. Take any right next to it in Vanilla Start. You'll get your candle, and you will be very happy with it if you're 8gen.
And that may actually push 8gen away from going ahead and pirouetting that door open, which, honestly, given how early it is in the seed, and you've already seen a potential ladder block in 6, not the worst idea in the world.
Candle for Mocco. 8gen going to start his checks in the southern section. And Arrow Shop. Relatively cheap, too.
64 rupees ain't bad, and I'm also buying that 68 rupee key. Now, 8gen did miss the bush on the screen to the north by burning the wrong spot. We'll see if he goes back. It looks like he is going to go back and burn the correct bush this time. Okay. So both runners pretty much synced up here.
Oh
look at that bomb price!
Bombs at the dollar store once again. 90% off. Let's go.
8gen's going to go ahead and top out on bombs.
And you blame him?
No, I would do the same. Might turn this into a candle rope check, actually.
Oh,
Mocco running with the vanilla recorder tune.
I can only imagine 8gen made the same check.
Yeah, 8gen already made it. Now we're seeing a little divergence where Mocco's going to head up towards the desert. 8gen looks like they're going to try to make their way over to Candle Row. And this is the kind of thing that we want to see, is a little bit of a path split to where the runners go slightly different directions. It gets us more coverage, and it gives more opportunities.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, 8gen finding the one of the 2 times, in fact, that you think you're in a door repair, but you're not. Oh, that's a medium secret, isn't it?
Yes, and Mocco missed a bomb drop, too.
Well, they're 2 rupees.
Yeah. 8gen now gets the unfortunate news about the mid-secret. If we weren't gonna see a blue ring before, we're probably definitely not going to see one now, unless the large secret's like 150.
Right. For those of you wondering, oh, well, here's the pity heart at 2 rupees as well. I mean, nobody's going to pick that up probably, but at the same time, at least you know it's relatively cheap, right?
You'll pick it up if you're on very low health and you're near a shop. I actually think we will see pity hearts picked up if you're like on have a heart. You find that shop.
Oh, wait a minute. Nope. The old, go ahead there, also.
With no dungeons found, the recorder's not going to summon a whirlwind. Really nice candle boost from H10 to get across that bridge.
The coast item, silver arrows on the coast.
That's at least slightly important.
Just a bit.
And level 9 was found at Vanilla 1, which is pretty good. Okay, so let's think about Triplet 9 is dead.
It's what level 9 found at level 1 spot. And door repair for Mocco. Oh, goodness. Takes the entire medium secret.
So basically, the door repairs and the medium secrets cancel each other out. So the money in this seed is entirely going to be determined by the large secret.
Oh, goodness. That's going to hurt. Mocco still looking for the Armos item meanwhile.
If we weren't going to see a blue ring before, we're definitely not going to see one now.
Yeah, 225 rupees given to old men that want our money? Yeah, no thank you.
H10's going to look to bomb open Monocle Rock, does so, and gets rewarded with headshot. Okay. It's not bad to keep note of where that is.
89 rupees? Not too bad. Mocco finds a small secret, 11 rupees. That's just about average.
It's not terrible. Oh, Mocco takes a death, though. Gonna have to go back to start.
Yeah,
H10 finds a door repair. Not happy about it. Oh! Ooh, really nice pattern for HN. And... oh no! Just a little too much Dark Nut action there.
Blue darkness on that screen is unfriendly at best.
My guess is HN was looking for a candle boost. Although now HN may go to the Deadwoods here, which, based on what we've seen, I think the Armos item is going to be at the Grave Armos.
I believe that's the last spot that's unchecked by Ida Runner. Mocco finds
good. Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say Mocco finding his second Ategenos of the day, picks up his first heart container, and look at that.
Very convenient any road. That's something every runner has done. Is just randomly use the candle in a direction you weren't expecting.
Wow.
Don't burn the ocean. See what happens.
Oh wow, you couldn't have scripted that a little. Goodness, what a find.
Okay, I'm actually now thinking about making a burnable ocean. HN's gonna find not a whole lot up here. Mocco's gonna find level 9 if he's able to get onto the screen. He will.
Maybe Casino Corner's got something for us. Another rainy road. Oh goodness. And well, that's convenient as ever.
Yeah, that's going to lead H10 to the Armos side. Oh, it's not here. We must have seen it on Mocco's side.
Level 7's here, though.
That looks like 2Q.
That looks like pain.
I like how I'm just basing... yeah, no, this is 2Q.
Okay, so
yep.
pain.
One of those things that you kind of start to get a sense of where the start location is what level it is. Oh, good.
See, this is what I've been saying. When you see 2Q, it usually equals pain.
Okay, so there's a bow block potentially in stomach. There's a question about why isn't H2O flammable when hydrogen and oxygen both are. The same reason. So what it is the chemical bonds, the amount of energy and oxygen required to break the chemical bonds of water are honestly really high. And it's already got oxygen in it to begin with. Burning things is literally just oxidizing it with flame and heat.
Mocco finding level 8 at Seaside. Won't be too happy. That's a 2Q8. 35 rooms of stairways to heck.
At least we get evil cinnamon bun. So, if you were going to make an evil cinnamon bun, would you make it evil?
With a hot dog in it. Like that.
Yes. Alright. H10 finds big money. It's at 121. So it's still kind of rough, but not terrible. Raft is the Armos item, apparently.
Indeed. That's why I even said the hot dog reference there. Also.
Oh, I thought you were actually legitimately making a cinnamon roll with a hot dog in it to be evil.
Absolute. It would be evil, but I
Look, I was just gonna replace the cinnamon with chili powder.
with chili. Oh goodness, interesting, but no.
So you bite into the cinnamon roll, expecting a nice cinnamony treat, and all you get is friggin' mouth on fire spice. It's brilliant.
Honestly, maybe not. Well, maybe a side dish type of thing. Yeah, you've got people wanting to try that in chat.
Agent's gonna like to dig a little bit of this TQ8 real quick. Not the worst. Okay, I'm a proponent of at least check a couple of rooms to see what your enemies are, see what you're dealing with, similar to what Agent did at 7. It very well may be able to get an item out of here, but don't mind at least checking a couple of rooms. At some point, and I haven't learned how to do this yet, look at that! It's a red ring! This is why you check a couple of rooms!
That's it, Mike. See, this is just follow the words of the expert here, folks. Goodness, red ring in 8 gen, probably. I don't know how you could be happier about that.
You have a red ring this early on. You have an 8 full of Lionels. Yeah, I think you're happy about seeing this red ring. I would consider using. Yep, there we go. Beautiful bomb. Gets a bomb drop to boot. Fires die to a bomb. HN is probably pretty happy so far with this level 8 dig. Getting a lot of information, getting the red ring. Mocco now sees the large secret.
Mocco did see level 8, chose not to dig it. We'll see how much of an impact that has. Hello, Aquamentus. Are we caring about you? No, we are absolutely not caring about you, as we usually do.
Yeah, Aquamentus isn't going to really block anything there, because that's the stair that Agen came out of. Another stair. Look. If you were considering a blue ring before, now Agen's definitely not considering a blue ring.
Oh, why would you? I mean, everybody's... You've done a mistake before, right? Purchasing blue ring while on red ring?
Yes. I've also bought wood arrows while I had Zeldas.
Oh, we've all done that, too.
I bought the blue candle when I had the red candle.
Sure, been there.
I have yet to buy a potion while I had a free potion from Ategenos. That has yet to happen.
Sure.
Good bomb usage there from Agen, knowing that he had a refill available. Oh!
Oh, great. Red keys rolled up. That's fun, isn't it?
Now, interestingly, Agen may find a bomb upgraded. The red keys did roll up, but it looks like Agen's going to be able to clear that room out pretty easily. Now, I would clear this for sure. Honestly, not a bad candle usage, just the gels didn't cooperate. If a lot of the gels move up there, that's a really good candle. I don't entirely hate this choice to dig 8. Like, I think there's very valid reasons to dig it. You still got 2 items left. You have to dig it eventually anyway, and the odds that you're ladder blocked, honestly, in 8 aren't that high. Just because 8 is so likely to have stairs to take you everywhere, that, I mean, unless Triforce is in, like, this room, you're unlikely to be ladder blocked. And even then, ladder could be in here. Agen tries to thread the needle, but is unable to do so, getting hit from both sides. This room, however, I think he will clear. Yep, pull those bombs out. You definitely want to use those. Can. Ooh, beautiful bomb. Gets 2 of the Lionels with it. Last Lionel goes down. Hoping for some hearts off the Wall Masters. Gets one. Mocco still has not found any other levels yet.
Doesn't get the push block here, though.
But does get a doorway through. Ooh, and there's a key door, but could be a key in this room. Nope, that's a compass.
Oh! Triforce's ladder blocked in 8!
Yeah, that's enough of a reason to leave.
Yep, I fully support that decision. You don't want to spend...
incredibly important information for 8-10 to have, though, because now he knows ladder's going to be outside of 9 and knows that much earlier than Mocco. Although Mocco finds level 5.
At the same time, so I think we know ladder. Well, no, ladder could still have been in 9 with the silvers on the coast. 8-10 choosing to pick up the wooden arrows, though.
Yes, and silvers on the coast does not preclude ladder from being in 9. I think even with important items in 9, the only way it could have precluded is if important items in 9 is off, not just precludes it to begin with. Shoot room in level 5 here. The key door, there's a very faint outline of it that once you just know to look for it, you kind of look for it, but it's not exactly the easiest to see. It also helps to have a monitor with a little bit of a higher brightness.
I mean, I'll give you that one also.
Now, the big thing that 8-10 is going to have over Mocco is 8-10 has the red ring out of level 8. Whereas Mocco does not. Mocco might honestly not get that for a very long time, so if 8-10 can push that combat advantage, that's going to be very beneficial. Triforce out of 5 for Mocco.
That's going to be the first on the board, and I have to agree with you also. 8-gen red ring allows a little bit more reckless combat.
And it may also push 8-10. Now, the other side of that is it may push 8-10 to clear some harder rooms that will still take a while with the wood sword. That's one of the... There's always a catch-22 to any item you find in Z1R besides, like, ladder or bow, is that you always have to balance the, oh, I can do this, and, oh, I can do this.
Yeah, it's I can do this versus should I do this?
Yes. Mocco's going to choose to dig 5. I think this is a good idea. 5 tends to have a lot of keys. You could very easily end up getting the item. The only concern is that 5 is one of those 1Q dungeons that tends to, like... Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah, that dig of 5 paying dividends. That's the bow on the floor, 5.
8-gen will likely get over there at some point. Especially given that it probably wasn't too terribly far away from, like, Death Mountain and whatnot. Like, it's probably on East Death Mountain, I'm guessing. But if 8-gen's still looking for a ladder, he'll definitely check that. Even then, it is 1Q5, so if you're strapped for keys, you go into 1Q5 looking for keys, you find a bow, you're not going to complain.
Yeah, I do not see 8-gen missing that at all.
No. There is one instance where 8-gen does, and that is that if he has a ladder and knowledge of all the dungeon locations before going into 5, I could see him saying, okay, I've got the Triforce, I can come back whenever I want, I'm going to go gamble the bows at 9.
Yeah, you got a point there, but again, I wouldn't bet on that to happen, actually.
No, and with the red ring, 8-gen's going to clear the rooms in 5 as he sees them. Especially because that room can have a Triforce anyway. Oh, interesting. Potential Goma block in 5. Okay. Okay, it's a little spicy.
I mean, Mocco's got the Triforce already, so I don't know. I don't know how much longer you spent in there.
Looks like level 5 is at Vanilla Recorder Lake for 7. 8-gen's got to be a little careful here because even... Okay, there we go. Now 8-gen's fine. Even with the red ring, if you take enough hits, you'll still... well, die. Silvers under Goma can happen if that Goma blocks the ladder. And, ooh, 8-gen finds level 2. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of the dungeons you dig regardless, unless you're in absolute go mode. Here's level 4 from Mocco, south of the grave.
The only way you don't dig level 2 is if the game tells you can't. And at this point, it would have to be a ladder block for the game to tell 8-gen that he can't.
Or a blue Wizrobe room.
8-gen's going to take the free money. Power Bracelet. Pretty good. You didn't start with it, so that can block levels.
Yep, absolutely, and that was pretty free.
Yeah, you just had to walk in and get it, really. Ladder in here for 8-gen would be quite interesting. Because then it's going to be how much of 5 does 8-gen clear. Of course, if 8-gen clears all of 5, then, well, yeah. Again, 8gen's got that red ring, so combat isn't really going to necessarily be deadly here.
If honestly, it's borderline trivial, I find. Just
the big thing is if you're on Team 8gen, you want him to find 5 before the ladder, so that he definitely takes 5. Ooh, okay. Ladder blocking 2.
Yeah, that's a Chevy room.
8gen is not quite convinced yet that it's a first quest level 2, which is fine. He only saw a couple of rooms of 6, so there's no real reason to assume it's first quest right now. We'll take the key, though.
Yeah, I think it... Oh, yeah. Thanks, old man.
No.
Bye.
8gen's not going to play with the old man that wants 4 keys or a heart, but he can just leave.
That's
Ganon's room.
No. The only time that drops is in level 9, I believe.
And it would be a standing drop. Ooh, another potential bow block. Okay. That wooden arrow purchase for 8gen may actually be an extremely significant factor. There can be 3 muggers added into the non-second quest dungeons, and there will always be 2 muggers in level 7. If you do have the any key, you can pay the mugger, and it won't do any keys, because you're basically going to go to infinity minus 4 keys.
Meanwhile, Mocco with second pickup of the day, level 4 Triforce in the bank.
Going to go back in.
No argument here.
And just a heart for 8gen, he's out of 2. So we're seeing kind of a divergence in terms of 8gen currently has the item lead, but Mocco has the Triforce lead. Although, as we've seen, Triforce leads aren't necessarily the indicator of who's ahead. That's been a very consistent theme this tournament, is Triforce leads are deceptive. Much like the commentators are sometimes. 8gen's going to have to spend his key to get this Triforce, but we'll absolutely do it.
I mean, at the same time, also, we have math on our side, so we can't be all that deceptive, can we?
I mean, what if we did the math wrong?
Then that's on us.
Mocco going to spend a lot of bombs on those landmines, but unfortunately does not get the forced bomb. Instead, is going to get the wand. Okay.
That's a combat upgrade, Mocco. Oh no, I spent most of my bombs. Oh well.
Seeing 1 + 1 = 3 for very large values of 1.
That's...
you know what? Actually, I can see how that works.
You're one step ahead of me on that one.
1.4 + 1.4 = 2.8. If you round those, that becomes 1 + 1 = 3.
True enough. I mean... Sure. Sure.
Oh, 4 is ladder block.
Blocking 4, but again, Mocco's got the Triforce, has an item. He'll come back if he needs to.
8gen looks like he's headed back up towards... Oh, he's going to go over to this bird spot. Okay. Yeah, he opened it from the other side. Was considering a key purchase in once. I don't see 8gen going back into 8 here. Yeah, no. 8gen's not going to go into 8. 8gen's going to check this power bracelet spot, though. That makes a lot of sense.
Making a key play. You just got a key item. See if you can get an advantage over your opponent.
Yeah, and that's one thing that often is recommended is if you are able to route... If you get something like a power bracelet or a craft, and you're able to route that into your natural route with minimal detours, do so. 8gen's going to pick up the 6th heart here.
That does guarantee him the pickup of the white sword item, as Mocco finds level 3 at the Grave Potion Shop.
Okay, so based on the way you're naturally going to route that, unless 8gen does reverse graveyard, he's going to come across 5. And honestly, I see 8gen up-Aing after these 2 checks. Maybe check East Death Mountain. Because you can do all of East Death Mountain and then up-A out of there. I don't particularly see West Death Mountain into reverse graveyard, although it could happen.
92 rupees for that hint shot. Not too bad, really, if you still need those hints.
So 89 plus 92, let's see. 11 carry the 1. That's 181 rupees to buy all the hits.
That's not bad. It's a large secret and a half, practically.
But that's assuming you need the hints by the time you find the book.
This is true. Because we do
could
need
easily
the
be on
book
the
for
line.
that.
Nope, HN, you don't have a ladder. Sorry.
I mean, I can see why you'd reinitialize that room because blue nuts are unfriendly.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's unsafe to do the straight ramp, you just reset the room. Wow, that's a room in level 3. Holy crap, is that a room in level 3?
Yeah, ladder and bow block at the same time. The high landmost.
This is not a friendly level 3.
That it is not. It's about as friendly as biting into that chili powdered cinnamon roll. Yes.
So what you're saying is people that like spicy will like this level 3.
I mean, people like spicy races, don't they?
I like spicy races when I'm not in them.
This is true.
If I'm in them, well, then I want some spice, just not enough.
Now, this is spicy for all the right reasons for Mocco. Gets the key, gets the item in level 3. Well, not going to be too excited about the magical boomerang in 3.
I liked this choice here from HN to go ahead and buy 2 keys. Ladder in 3.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's... I take back the thing that Mocco's not going to be excited about this level 3. You find both items, you find the Triforce, you're out of here.
So it'll be interesting to see. HN's going to pick up a potion. Looks like he is going to go to West Death Mountain here. HN may well end up routing the stuff backwards, so we'll see if he digs the bow out of 5. I kind of expect he will, though, while looking for the Triforce. Alright, so now Mocco sees level 7.
Says
no thanks.
Yeah, who can blame him?
Oh, HN's not headed straight to the grave here. Gonna go check these spots first.
Wanting to finish up the sector, I can see that.
Yep. And Mocco's gonna go ahead and pick up the silver arrows here. That's gonna give him the bow and arrows to work with.
Oh goodness! So he's got the Ganon slaying kit all set.
And HN's gonna up A. This is big, because this means HN's gonna probably find 5 before 4 and 3, which means HN's gonna get his bow before the ladder, which will put HN in go mode.
You're right, because he's already got all the overworld blocking items with that ladder.
All that's missing right now is actually level 1.
Wow.
And HN's going to be actually in a position to probably just go to West Death Mountain and look for level 1. But HN knows where the Triforce is in H, so that's a huge benefit. Furthermore, HN's likely going to go ahead and just jump back into 7 once he's got the bow and Triforce. No, you could not get to the Triforce 3 without seeing the ladder, because the only way into that room was to go through the room with the ladder. So there's no way HN will miss the ladder.
Mocco finds 2. Meanwhile, will get the power bracelet without much trouble.
And without a... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Depends how much time which way he goes. Go ahead, also, what you were about to say?
Without a ladder in hand, I don't see HN leaving 5 without at least one of the 2 items. Although HN's going to be able to skip the second item in 4, be able to skip the second item in... basically anything that's ladder blocked, HN can just completely ignore now. As long as he gets the bow out of 5, which he should. Because again, there's not really a reason for him to leave 5 on one item with his current equipment setup. Gonna clear this room. Use this is a drop room on 5. Ooh, the buyers dodged the bomb. Mocco's gonna expertly take care of this Gliok. Gets a map for his efforts.
That's how you write up one of those Ganon kills. That is beautiful right there. Well fought, Mocco.
Alright, so this is the Triforce room for 8-Gen. But again, I don't see a case where 8-Gen leaves here without both items, if he can get to them. Well, that's a good sign. 8-Gen will get this bomb and go back in. Make it the heart refill now? Nope, gonna save it until the end. I think that's actually a smart play.
Some needed bombs from Mocco, meanwhile, back up to 8 from the 0 he had about 15 seconds ago.
And remember, 8-Gen may by now know that it's 1Q, but may still not be entirely sure of that because he's only seen level 2 and level 5 so far.
This is the room with the bow.
Yeah.
To just knock out the... Oh, wait a minute.
Well, he's got this section down here to clear first. You want to take the path of least resistance first, and then come back for that room. I think this is a perfectly fine play. I would do the same thing.
That's
Why clear the Lionels if you don't have to?
I mean, there's not many Lionels, and they're fairly clear. This is not the worst room to fight Lionels in.
No, but if you have a free door to the south, and you know that it leads to another room, I can definitely see the play. There's the bow for 8-Gen. He is probably... I would say he's happy with it. It's not the ladder, but he won't turn it down.
No, he's going to be relieved to find that bow early. I mean, you're 30 minutes in. You've got bow, you've got silvers, you've got red ring. Yeah, you're happy.
Well, 8-Gen doesn't have silvers yet, but he has knowledge of where the silvers are.
Yeah,
and now he knows it's first quest because he skipped that. That's the biggest indicator. Compass for Mocco. Gonna see it's in its vanilla location.
Uh-oh.
Second item?
It is. Heart container. Yeah, you don't pass that up.
There's worse items to get. I don't think picking up the heart container there is a bad idea, honestly.
No. I had... Go ahead.
It's also knowledge. If 8-Gen is concerned about having to go back to redig a dungeon, he's not going to have to come back here. And honestly, that heart container cost him just about no time to get because he already had the wooden arrows coming in. Plus 50 any key, it's huge.
True. And then there's the other point. I mean, at the same time, like it or not, Mags has to be a little bit on the table. Mocco with Triforce and 2, that's 4 on the board.
Mocco with 4 Triforces to 8-Gen's 2, but 8-Gen knows where the Triforce is in 8, which is not an insignificant factor right now.
Oh, that's absolutely true. And the moment he gets the ladder from 3, and he won't miss it, he can get that. And look where he's headed.
I don't think 8-Gen goes straight back to 8, though. I think, if anything, 8-Gen will go to 7 first, and then look for 1. There's nothing really compelling 8-Gen to go back to 8 at this point, because we know the ladder's 3. Once he sees the ladder, the only thing in 8 is a Triforce. He can get that whenever he wants.
That's
Whereas
true.
7 is very convenient to just go ahead and check. Yes, you may want the any key for the Mugger rooms, but honestly, with Red Ring, I think that might have been why 8-Gen was willing to pick up some extra hearts. Is he's probably thinking, okay, I'm probably just going to give up hearts and Muggers in 7.
That's not a bad way of thinking, honestly. I like that line of thought.
And plus, Mocco's still got to find where the Triforce is in 8. Still got to find where the Triforce is in 6. Nobody's back in there yet.
Then now there's 8-Gen nullifying Mocco's combat advantage with the 1 here in 4.
Yeah, you definitely go and pick that up. Even if you're in go mode, it's still just such a huge help, and you know that there's going to be red bubbles in the sea too.
Exactly. So, with this in mind, there's no world where you don't pick up that wand.
Mocco's going to head back to some of these power bracelet spots. Still not willing to go into 7 or 8. There is level 1. That is actually a gigantic boon for 8-Gen. Because he's going to have 1, 3, 7 all so close to each other. He's going to be able to close this Triforce gap incredibly quickly.
That's right. But at the same time, look at this. The recorder and 1 on the floor.
And that's no big deal.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, unless we somehow get the ability to scream out of controller to kill the Pole's voice magically.
Hold on, let me load up the FDS version.
Yeah, that's true.
We knew recorder had to be outside of 9 because there was a level 1 by it. So the best thing for Mocco to find in here would be the 8. Ategenos gonna get 2, reset the room to get that third one over to the correct side. Lots of keys in one so far. It's a good sign.
It's a good sign, and it's a change from what we're used to seeing from level 1.
Good bombing from Ategenos on those dongos. Zals don't die. That's a little annoying. Okay, they do die to 3 HP, so Silvers will kill them.
So almost vanilla, perfect vanilla there. Mocco picking up the Triforce in the Aquamentus room in its vanilla location.
Yep.
Oh goodness, we're gonna need some ice cream after this, aren't we?
Yes. And again, Ategenos is not far from the Triforce in 4. Triforce in 3 was generally pretty quick. Even if you end up going the entirety of 3, it's still quick enough to check. Which Ategenos may spend a little bit longer in 3. It's the bow. But Ategenos honestly probably doesn't pick up the silvers until he goes back to 8. Because, like, there's no compelling reason for Ategenos to just go and get that immediately. Mocco's gonna pick up the blue ring.
I'm a little surprised by the play, but I can understand it.
Yeah, it's... I mean, I guess Mocco doesn't really have anything else to spend money on, but still.
Well, there would have been bomb upgrades, but... I mean... If
Mocco's not going back to 5 for a bomb upgrade, he's not going to go looking at 8.
That's true. And there's the White Sword Heart Container pickup at 5 hearts.
Ategenos going to go back into 4. There must be a room he didn't check. Mocco's back into 6. Oh, Ategenos never checked that room over there. Okay. Yeah, he never went into this room to see that this is... Oh!
Amy key in 4. Oh my goodness. 8 gen is cruising.
Ategenos gonna go to 3, get ladder. He's just gonna blitz down 1 and 7.
Oh my goodness. That is enormous.
The only thing that can slow Ategenos down at this point is if he digs 1 before 3, but even then, if you're digging 1 before 3, 1 is a very quick dungeon to clear, especially with the 80 key in hand.
Holy.
Plus, Ategenos doesn't have to pay the buggers in 7.
Oh, yeah, no, that right there, that heart container is safe in 8 gen's hands now.
Yeah. For not finding ladder, Ategenos is finding just about everything else he could want.
Absolutely. I mean, the only thing he might want still is the white sword. But he's got the wand.
Mean, you're not going to dig Second Quest 7 or 8 for a white sword. Maybe you'll dig 2Q9, like pop your head into stairs to see if you can find it. Okay, he is going to find 1 first. This is fine.
Yep, he'll see the recorder on the floor like right now. It's right here. So that's 1 check right out of the way.
Ategenos may full clear this 1, but again, it's a level 1. It's not that much of an investment.
It's what, 16, 17 rooms?
17 rooms, and it's honestly a very efficient dungeon to clear.
Yep.
Now, I could see Ategenos going and picking up the silver arrows after levels 1 and 7. Do the world map to get the silvers, go back to 8, then jump over to 6. That would be a reasonable route to take.
So, Mocco with the compass now in 6.
Mocco's just going to go get this Triforce.
Can you blame him? Ah, well, especially with a room like that? No, thank you, game. Next.
So now it's going to come down to how fast does Mocco clear 7? Really, how fast does Mocco go through 8? Because Mocco still needs to go back to 7. Yes, we have found level 9. Level 9 was at the vanilla level 1 spot. So again, Agent's going to spend a little bit more time in this one looking for items.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, this seed may hinge on just how long Mocco spends at 7 and 8. You're right.
And 8 in particular is the one that's of concern, because Agent knows where the Triforce is, and 8 just has to get through level 1 to get to 3 to get the ladder. And again, from Agent's perspective, you definitely dig this. And also the keys. How much are the keys going to matter? Especially because Mocco's on 6 parts in level 7 with 2 potentially required muggers. If those muggers end up needing to be taken...
Oh, goodness, you're right.
How willing is Mocco going to be to spend hearts on the muggers only on blue ring?
And you're never going to spend 4 keys on a mugger. Let's be fair about this. Unless you've got the Annie key, which Mocco doesn't. Spending 4 keys on a mugger is... You don't do that. Item in level 1, heart container for 8-10. He'll pick it up.
But he'll go into 3 here, get the ladder, and then clear out 7. And then if Mocco gets turned around a lot in 8. Plus, also, 9 still exists. Like, this is not over.
Absolutely. Even if it is a 2Q9, it's still a level 9. It can do 9 things.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. At the moment, I would say Mocco is ahead just because 8-10 is going to end up full clearing this level 1. Might end up full clearing level 3. I don't think it's a 7-minute lead. Because remember, the other side of this equation is Mocco still has to find the Triforce in 8. 8-10 knows exactly where it is. That's where 8-10's large potential time savings is the Triforce in 8. And also, that dig of 8 is kind of what the difference between the 2 runners is right now.
Indeed, because 8-10 did find that red ring early. Item in level 7, staircase, heart for Mocco, Triforce in 1 for 8-10. Triforce leads 6-4 for Mocco.
Yeah, but 8-10's going to get this Triforce out of 3 pretty quick. As long as he goes to the right. If he goes to the left, it might take a little longer. Mocco's thinking about it. Yeah, he's going to spend the heart.
Yeah, you just pick one up anyway. Yeah, no problem with that.
And 8-10 now knows where all the levels are. Oh, you start on the left side. Okay, yeah. There's a pretty good shot that 8-10 just ends up clearing this pretty quickly. And this is where the red ring's gonna matter some more! Mocco, without the health, might have a little bit of combat struggles in the 7.
Oh.
That could be very important in the long run, especially because Mocco may have to give up another heart here if he decides to go this way. Is it going to be Triforce is right there? That's actually, if 8-10 goes right in 7, that's not insignificant. That could be a faster 7 for 8-10.
Yeah, and he didn't have to pay. He didn't have to pay the heart. Here's the
yeah, this is the item in 3.
Magical boomerang.
8-10's going to see this, but then immediately see the ladder.
If he goes north. He goes south instead.
Yeah, this is fine.
Oh.
Come out. I was going to upend. Okay, you know what? That's actually fine.
Yeah, but at the same time,
he can't do the Goma anyway because he doesn't have the ladder. That's
right.
Actually pretty important.
Here's Mocco in 8.
Okay, so Mocco's in 8. 8-10 does have to go back to 6. Not insignificant.
Well, here's the ladder for 8-10 right there.
And go north. 8-10's in go mode. 5-7 Triforce lead for Mocco. Still has to dig 8 though.
Yep.
And this is the red ring for Mocco.
And this is going to it never feels great to find the red ring after buying the blue ring, but well, there it is.
8-10 immediately back into 7. Let's see which direction he goes first. He's gonna go left. Okay, this makes sense. This does make sense.
I mean, he wants to take out the.
He's not even taking out the Goma.
9.
He's just
4
gonna
key.
burn through.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he is not wasting any time here, but
I like this too, skipping the hard rooms, saying, let me go to the easy rooms to clear. Look for my compass, look for my Triforce. No need to do the hard rooms.
now here's
I
the
also like
thing.
clearing this room out.
Meanwhile, you've got Mocco heading right for the Triforce. Not that he knows that.
Yeah, he's still got to find that compass. Agen's gonna go to the right here. This will be the Triforce.
Yep. In one, no less. It's right. Seriously, 2 arrows. There's your Triforce.
Agen's got to go to 8, but I think Agen will route to 8 by picking up silvers off of the coast.
I can agree with that. There's the world rep is still very much in play.
Oh, wait. Agen's going to any road instead. Interesting. This might actually be faster, though.
Depending on where it goes.
Oh, Agen's going to go clear 6 out real quick. Okay, you know what? This is fine. This is actually completely fine. Oh! Mocco gets wall mastered!
Oh, bad timing for that. That's going to give Agen some time to keep going.
Wow! Agen's back in 6.
Wants to check
Man,
that
room. That's kind of crazy. Okay,
Yes.
Agen does not care about that bugger at all.
No, absolutely not. It's at the end of the tail.
Yeah. Okay, Mocco's gonna go down here. This is, again, Mocco does have a significant Triforce lead right now, but Agen's closing that gap pretty quickly. And if Mocco takes this stair, if this is a stair and Mocco takes it, that's also really good for Agen.
It is not a stair.
That's important. But there were stairs on the way.
Indeed.
So if Mocco decides to go stair hopping in 8, so far he's been very willing to do. Oh, but there's the compass!
Compass! He sees exactly where it is. He's not going to waste any time.
But 8gen is close to the Triforce in 6, knows where it is in 8, knows how to get there. What do you think the time difference is going to be? Maybe 2 minutes at most?
I'll go with 2.5.
2.5? Okay. Well, 8gen does also have the silvers.
8gen still about 5 rooms away from the Triforce here in 6. Mocco with the ticket to 9 at 46 minutes and 55 seconds.
And it really looks like the early dig of 8 is what the big difference was to give Mocco this lead right now. Triforce in 6 was up in the northeast corner.
8gen's not far from it now.
Yeah, 8gen will be there pretty quick. Again, Mocco could easily get turned around to 9.
Indeed, it'll depend on what 9 gives us today.
The thing was a lot. Honestly, I think the thing that also hurt 8gen a little bit and kind of lost him his time save was honestly finding 1 before 3. Because that took a lot of time away from 8gen.
That's true. In such a quick race, 47 minutes 49 seconds. Mocco in 9.
Mocco's got 5 keys. We'll see if that's enough here. Second Quest 9 is known for it being a little bit less key heavy.
Yeah, I was about to say 2Q9, 5 keys. You might be all right.
8gen's in the Triforce room now of level 6.
Clock, Triforce, 1 to go, level 8. You know where it is. You know how to get there.
Alright, Aquamentus.
That's not... Wait a minute. No.
That's not good.
Could
I
have
don't think
been.
Ganon can be in a room with Beamos or blocks.
I think you might be right. There's an extra key for Mocco, and he'll take every single one he can get right now.
The Triforce icon on the bottom right is how many wins the individual runner has. Does Mocco have a potion?
I don't think he does.
Because if Mocco...
Roar! We've got a roar!
We have a roar, but Mocco cannot afford to lose sword here.
Oh my goodness.
And Ganon is not required to be in this direction. But he is.
He is, in 49 minutes and 9 seconds. Ganon sighting Mocco71 looking to take down 8gen in advance of the second round.
Let's see, though. Oh, Mocco's on... Oh, Mocco takes the death! 8gen does know the silvers are on the coast. He just picked them up. Not quite sure where 8gen's headed right now.
He's got to head to 8.
It almost looks like he's going to buy something.
Oh,
he's going to the eating road. Okay, this makes sense. But Mocco taking that death on Ganon is buying 8gen some time back. Remember, 8gen's just got to go to 8, get this Triforce. He knows exactly how to get to it and exactly where it is. 8gen does have a potion also.
Indeed, okay. And oh goodness, that
8gen's going to like to go this way to keep a sword. That makes sense. Okay, Mocco's found another path around to Ganon, so Ganon's not going to be adjacent to Zelda here, but Mocco's got 4 hearts. Cannot afford to taking another death to Ganon would be incredibly bad here. Needs 15 hits with that. Oh, Ganon spawns on top of him. No stun lock yet.
Still looking for it.
Hey, Jen. Hopefully he remembers how to get down there. 2 hearts for Mocco.
Oh, this is...
It's a little... Okay, Mocco's got a stun lock. He's got to hold it, though. Ganon down.
One piece of the puzzle left. That's to find the kidnapped.
But 8gen's on his way to 9 right now. Mocco no longer cares as much about sword.
What he wants is that single shutter room. That's going to open up immediately, regardless of enemy presence. 8gen ready to head to 9.
It's really kind of a race against time now for 8gen. Ganon was pretty quick, but if 8gen finds a faster path to Zelda...
Wait a minute. That's it!
Oh, there she is! And this should allow you in. Yep.
And it does. Get your GGs out, everybody. Go ahead, also. I'll let you with the honors.
Mocco will finish with an official time of 51:56.
Actually, that's 51:44 for Mocco. He'll win the series 2 games to none, eliminating 8gen from the tournament. Mocco71 on to the second round.
And it really was the little bit of dig of 8 wasn't necessarily the issue. It was just being a couple steps behind Mocco and the dig of 1. That's probably what hurt 8gen the most.
Yeah, I gotta admit you're right. I think it comes down to that. And joining us in the boot, race winner and on to the second round, Mocco71. Congratulations and GGs.
Thank you, Moon. Thank you very much, and GGs to 8gen as well.
Absolute GGs to 8gen as he does throw the forfeit down. And all right, Mocco, goodness, how you feeling?
From a really slow and grindy start to my last up A, I normally will do a safety up A before going to 9 in case, I run out of keys or I didn't have a potion, but, still just a clean slate in case my game goes to, freezes or whatever. But when I did that, I did it also because I was like pinching myself. Did I really get all Triforces at 42 minutes or whatever it was? I couldn't believe it. It just went so fast.
Yeah, you were... Go ahead, also, sorry.
So the big difference was 8gen dug 1 before 3, which led to him full clearing 1. He dug 8 a little bit early and got ladder blocked out of there, but we figured that was kind of going to end up being a wash, given that you would still have to explore all of 8. But it was, I think, digging 1 before 3 was the big deciding factor.
So they would have gotten 2 then, right? Because Power Bracelet was blocking 1. When I was up there the first time, I didn't have the PB. I don't think.
8gen had the Power Bracelet.
I didn't have it.
Getting up there.
Yeah, I did 3, and I checked that one last room. But once I had the ladder, I recorder to 4 world wrap so I could pick up my silvers and then clear out that bottom section along the coast and a little bit of the forest I had left behind earlier. And that's when I got the PB. So yeah, I couldn't have done 1 before 3. Well, that sucks. So what else was in 1?
It looked like it was recorder and 2 hearts.
That was correct. Also,
Okay. Yeah.
So, Mocco, you're moving on to the next round.
I am. I stalled out in the first round last year, so excited. And won't be playing for a while. Right? I think this first week isn't done until the 18th or 19th.
that's correct.
So get to watch a lot of matches. Might be able to do some comms here a couple of these nights as well. But a lot of good races, and I know who my potential opponent is. I'm not going to tell you who I want to face between those two. But I hope it goes as well as this first round did. How's that?
Yeah, for those of you curious, Mocco71's next opponent is the winner of the series between Fury SK and Equations 19.
Clearly, Mocco wants to face off against more Blue Wizards.
Yeah. Well, one race at a time. Both really good runners. I know Fury's been around a while. Equations is a newer runner, but I consistently see them put up fast times and pick up races. So you never know. Never know.
Somebody might know. We don't know who, but somebody might know.
I'm appreciating you, so this is, I think, like my 4th match you've come. Last year it was CD had like 4 of my matches, so you guys have swapped places this year.
Well, I very much appreciate that, and yeah, it's one of those cases of, well, I'm just available all the time, it seems, so.
Understood. Well, I was kicking myself in 7 because Triforce was one room.
Yep.
And I kept going the wrong way, but yeah, 7 a little grindy. 8 is always going to have some level of frustration, but everything else was fairly benign. It just, I didn't touch a single cave on Death Mountain or the waterfall area or the river, Northern River. So that doesn't happen often.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got one more question for you, Mocco.
Yeah.
Cinnamon roll. You take out the cinnamon, you add chili powder. Would you try it?
It's just chili powder, no cinnamon. Everything else is the same, like icing on it, butter.
Yep. It's just chili powder instead of cinnamon.
Yeah, I'd try it. I don't think I'd like it, but I'd say I tried it. Yeah, sure, why not?
Cooking with Alsoa, episode 1.
We were discussing evil things that you could do. We were discussing what an evil cinnamon roll would be like, and I suggested that, and it's much better than the other suggestion we got.
I don't want to know that one, do I?
It may have been when one of you picked up the wrap, so the suggestion was put a raw hot dog in it.
Oh.
It's courtesy of the
geez.
for that one.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, that was me. You're right.
Trying not to own it, but, well, it's on the internet, so now you have to own it forever.
Such is. Maybe I tried it someday.
Maybe.
Thanks again, guys, for the comms. We've had a short one here tonight. I think this is my fastest ever in the tournament. But, yeah, I'm still, like, in shock looking at my tracker because of... I got 25 overworld spots left. That could be a record for a tournament race. Where was HN at? Their screen was blue when I flipped over.
He was
on the way to 9.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was honestly very close between the two of us.
Yep.
You would have had about a 4-minute lead heading with your 9 entries.
Yeah, I couldn't find potion. I was worried about red bubbles. Don't know how I avoided them the first time in there, but then somehow Ganon was off, like on a half tile or whatever that first time. He hit me when I thought I was in a safe spot. We'll just leave it at that. So.
And that was enough to cause more hopla.
More hopla, yeah.
More
well, thanks
hopla.
a lot, guys. I gotta take off here, but Thank you both for doing comms, and thank you, DEM, for the tracking in the background, and Smilefires and Fury, I guess, at the beginning. I know there was a bit of a tech hiccup, so thanks to all of you that helped put this on. And hopefully I'll see you from the comms boost later this week.
Thanks for joining us, Mocco. GG's again, and congrats. We'll see you.
Thank
We'll see you in round 2.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you.
All right, Alsoa.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it for us here, but thankfully we have plenty of Z1R action coming up, if not already started. In fact, I'm going to go pull up the fancy schmancy schedule.
Actually, I've got you covered on that. Currently on Speed Gaming 2, it's game 1 between Cantaloupe Me and I'm a Sock. Furon, Burgundy, and Boof and Boom on the call on that one. Also underway on Speed Gaming 3 is Panzer Dave versus Why Must You Hate Me, game 1 of that series. Malchior and Mrs. Malchior on the call there, and if you're looking for more action on this channel, you've got about 20-25 minutes before game 1 between Captain Green 7 and DK9146. JXB Adam and Fury SK will be on the call for that one.
I'm actually looking at the schedule, and it looks like that one's still slated for Speed Gaming 4. The next race on this channel, however, is going to be at 10 o'clock. That'll be game 1 of Antlers versus Ugandis.
That is also is 100% correct. That is me not reading correctly.
And oh, by the way, the Cantaloupe Me I'm a Sock is a doubleheader.
That is correct. Game 2 slated for 10:30.
But the same commentary crew.
And at the end of the night, we'll see if we can get this one on Speed Gaming, but it's a big one. 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Game 1 between Fred Coughlin and Rue Slugs.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting... Honestly, all the matches tonight are going to be exciting.
Absolutely.
So,
we're in brackets.
Yeah. So you have a plethora of choices for what you would like to watch tonight. I think with that, we should probably go ahead and get on out of here and let you all get to the Z1R action.
That's right. Thank you again to Deus Ex Machina for the tracking, because without our trackers, we're just old men lost at sea. Also, always a pleasure doing commentary with you. Great to have you. Thank you for the volunteering.
Same to you, Moonrisen. I always enjoy when we get to be in the booth together.
Absolutely. Hey, Cooking with Also episode 2 next time, right?
Yeah, totally.
Let's do it. All right, everybody. Thank you all again to the Speed Gaming Network for allowing us to restream the matches on their channels. Thanks you to Smilefires and Fury SK for the setup. Thank you to everybody for watching, because without you guys, we don't even get to put these matches on air. So on behalf of all of our runners, Mocco71 and 8Gen, on behalf of my co-commentator, Alsoa, on behalf of our tracker, Deus Ex Machina, this is Moonrisen Phoenix. Thank you all for watching. And tune in. We have plenty more Zelda 1 randomizer action going on today and for the remainder of the week. So we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.